Rabat, Morocco's present-day capital, has the elegance that befits its status as a seat of government, while ancient ramparts bear witness to its past glories. The Kasbah itself is entered through a dramatic gateway. Beyond is a long-abandoned palace set in splendid Andalusian gardens. A Kasbah is a fortified palace whose walls also enclosed a village once inhabited by the Sultan's retinue. Often the palace has been razed, leaving only crumbling walls sheltering the village. The city's greatest landmark is undoubtedly the Hassan Tower, or Tur Hassan, a magnificent minaret over 360 feet high and dating from 1195. The tower was never completed, and the rows of pillars laid out before it is an indication of the enormity of the proposed complex had the adjacent mosque been built. Facing the incomplete structures is the majestic Mohammed V Mausoleum, an outstanding tribute to Morocco's first head of state. A French protectorate for 44 years, the independent Kingdom of Morocco was established in 1956 under the reign of Mohammed V, and he has since been known as the father of Moroccan independence. He was succeeded after his death by his son, King Hassan II, who rules today. The history of Meknes dates from the 10th century, when a Berber tribe was attracted by its fertile soil and abundant fresh water. The name Meknes is derived from the Berber tribe Meknasa. Beyond the main gateway to the Medina are additional walls surrounding the palaces, barracks, stables, and gardens. In the 13th century, Meknes was endowed with the beautiful Bu Inania Madrasa, or school, with its outstanding fretwork, carvings, arches, and fountains. In the 17th century, Meknes became a prosperous city under the reign of Moulay Ismail, who made it his political and administrative capital. The exquisite palaces with its lovely gardens and reflecting pools are reminders of his reign. The Moulay Ismail Mosque and Mausoleum is one of the rare religious monuments in Morocco which can be visited by non-Muslims. Brewing of Moroccan mint tea, the national drink, is ubiquitous and part of the daily ritual. With its many samovars, bowls, teapots, and miscellaneous urns, silver for the prosperous, nickel for others, The result is a fresh-tasting, pungent brew. Served piping hot in small glasses, it is refreshing in the desert heat. Magical Marrakesh, the pearl of the South, a city of intense animation, full of stir and movement, vivid colors and ceaseless contrasts. This legendary heart of Morocco evokes dreams of caravans, oriental markets, and international intrigue. As the once imperial capital, it is from Marrakesh that the name of Morocco emerged. All around are the harsh, explosive sounds of spoken Arabic. Men in robes and turbans, women in veils to conceal the face, and colorful jalabas to obscure the body outlines. The souks of Marrakesh still draw people from the mountains and plains to market. And what a market! Here, in the labyrinth of reed-covered walkways which make up the souks, all manner of goods are sold, crafted much as they have been for centuries. Brass objects etched and hammered by hand. Wood turnings created on medieval foot-operated lathes. And the complex procedure of dyeing and drying animal hides. Clamorous donkey drivers, peddlers, and urchins, the alleys teeming with age-old life, are as full of delight as of harsh realities. And at the heart of it all is the huge square of Gemma El Fina, where the spectacle boggles the mind. Here, in the age-old weekly market, exotic snake charmers bewitch their reptiles and hypnotize onlookers as musicians, storytellers, and folklore groups provide what must be the greatest free show on earth. Vendors peddle every conceivable object: teeth, food, jewelry, or colorful hats. and beggars pluck at tourists' clothing, or set monkeys upon their unsuspecting shoulders. Then, in the midst of the clamor and confusion of the souks, one suddenly enters a calm oasis, water trickling through a scented Andalusian garden, the refined and enchanting beauty of the Bahia Palace. The exquisite mosaics, graceful arches, and beautiful fountains create an atmosphere of tranquility, contrasting the frenzy outside. The interiors of the palace are graced with still more beautiful arches, gleaming tile and marble floors, fretwork panels, and glowing chandeliers. In the center of the town is the Koutoubia Mosque, the most famous monument in Marrakesh. Towering over the city and dating from the 12th century, the mosque and its beautiful minaret remain a testament to the empire that once stretched from Spain to Senegal, with Marrakesh as its capital. We are invited to witness a breathtaking Berber fantasia. In these exciting traditional exercises, horsemen, white turbaned and white robed, form a phalanx at one end of the open field. At a signal, they break into a gallop, waving 5-foot carbines above their heads while screaming, Allah! Charging at breakneck speed across the field, they seem to be about to mow down the spectators. At the last moment, they rein in. The horses rear. The riders stand in their stirrups and discharge all their guns at once. Ear-splitting noise coupled with the spectacular movement stuns the senses. About 86% of the population of Morocco are Berbers, the magnificent, age-old, mysterious backbone of North Africa. These exuberant people have lived in the region among its mountains since the dawn of time. Lunch in a Berber tent is an enchanting experience, transporting the visitor into an exotic culture with its ethnic delicacies. Berber music and dance is inspired by the beauty of the Moroccan countryside. Music is played on the resounding rhythm of the bendir, a circular wooden frame onto which a goatskin is stretched. The songs and dances of the rural tribes are magnificent shows rich in poetry. The Taschioni, a warrior dance, wherein dancers in white tunics beat time to the rhythm of a drum. Dancers clap their hands while nervously shaking their shoulders. Beautiful Berber women sing their traditional native songs. It is easy to see that Morocco is music, Morocco is color, Morocco is fantasy.